Finding angle measures of a triangle given angles with variables. All right, we've done this quite a few times this week as far as figuring out triangles. Triangles always add up to 180 degrees. Doesn't matter how you draw the triangle. All three angles have to add up to 180 degrees. So in the right triangle below, with right angle M, suppose that you have the measure of angle K is equal to 3x plus 11, and the measure of angle L is equal to 4x plus 16. Find the degree measure of each angle in the triangle. So in this case, if you already know you have a right triangle, right away, you know that that's 90. So if it says right angle, sorry, not right triangle, if it says right angle, then you know that's a 90-degree angle. So if I know that this is a right, this is 90 degrees taken up already. This one is 3x plus 11, and this one is 4x plus 16. All of these added up together have to equal 180. So let me add them together. Equals 180 degrees. They have to equal 180 degrees when I add them all together. So first we want to go through and add some like terms. So we have 11, 6, and 90. And then we have 3x and we have 4x, okay? So I just did one line and two lines to show you some like terms here. So first let's go 11 plus 6 plus 90. So we get, I didn't mean to bring those lines back. 17 plus 90. So we get, let's see, that's 107. All right. So then we want to do 4 plus 3 because they both have an x, so they're like terms. So we have 7x plus 107 equals 180. And now what we want to do is find, try to get x by itself. So we're always trying to get x by itself. So we're going to undo the addition. So to undo the addition of 107, we subtract it from both sides. Geez, not sure why my lines are. Oh. There we go. Let's see if I can do that a little better. There we go, a little bit. All right, so we bring down 7x. We haven't done anything with it yet. 107 minus 107 crosses out. That becomes 0. And then we're going to subtract here. So we borrow. We have 10, 3, 8 comes down. 0 minus, or 1 minus 1 is 0. All right, so 7 to x equals 83. We want to undo the multiplication here because remember, this is 7 times x. So to undo multiplication, we divide. 7 divided by 7 is 1. So we get x equals 83 divided by 7. So if you didn't know that off the top of your head, the calculator is actually available in here. Sometimes it's not. If it's not available, you're welcome to use another calculator. That's perfectly fine. So we go 83 divided by 7, and we get 11.85. Is that what they're doing in decimal? No, something went wrong with my addition here. So we have 100. Clear. So we have 11 plus 6. Oh, that's what I did. This was supposed to be 16. Paying attention, right? So that should have been 16 instead of, it should have been 16 plus 90. So I should have got 117 here. So when I do 180 minus 117, I get 63. And 63 does actually divide by 7 as 9. So that makes a little bit more sense because normally they wouldn't give you that funky decimal. So I started to question it so quick because that seemed really ugly. That decimal wasn't quite right. And we're not quite done with this because what we need to do, they didn't ask us for what is x equal. They said find the angle. They want to know what the angles are. So it says find the degree measure of each angle in the triangle. So first, the measure of angle M, we already know that. That's going to equal 90 degrees. So now we need to find what is the measure of angle K and the measure of angle L. So if we know what x is 9, we just found that, we're just going to plug it in. So this is going to equal 3 times 9 plus 11. So we're going to have 27 plus 11. So we're going to get 38. So we know K equals 38. So we're going to do the same thing for L. So we have 4 times 9, again, same X. We're still using this 9 down here, plus 16 equals, so now we have 36 plus 16, and we get, sorry, I have to write it down a little bit here. I'm running out of room. So we get 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get 52. So that makes a bit more sense than that decimal. So we just type these numbers in. So we get 38, 52, and 90. All right, so let's go ahead and actually do this topic real quick. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'll try to write a bit neater on this one so it's not taking up so much room. Okay, so let's see. So in this case, they're not giving us any 90s, and that does look pretty darn ugly. I did not even come close to making that look like what theirs is, which is not terribly important, as long as you draw it so that you can write out pieces here. All right, so we do know, even though we don't have a 90-degree angle, we still know they all have to add up to 180 degrees. So we're still going to take that step. So we have 4x plus 7x plus 8. So remember, this is one angle. This is this angle here. And this is one angle. It's this angle up here. So we're just putting a plus sign between them. And I know there's a plus sign between here, but that's because it was already in this binomial here. Plus, and then we have x plus 4 equals 180 degrees. All right, so we're going to add some like terms. We have 4x, 7x, and x. So we have 11 plus one more is 12. Oh, dang it. N's arguing with me. 12x plus, then we have 8 and 4. So that gives us 12 again equals 180. All right, so now we are ready to start solving for x. Remember, to solve for x, it means get everything away from it. So first I start with addition or subtraction. I'm going to undo the addition here. And that's how we move it from left to right. So I'm going to bring 12x down. 12 minus 12 cancels, and I get, see, I get 8, and I had to borrow for that. So I get 6 and 1. So 12x equals 168. And if you weren't sure for the next part, so we're going to undo the multiplication here with division. So 12 divided by 12 is 1. We just bring down the x equals, and we have 168 divided by 12, and that equals 14. All right, so we have x equals 14. So remember, they didn't ask us what is x. They're asking us what all the angle measures are. So we need to go back in here and plug in x. So we have 4 times 14, and we get, so 14 is already in here. I'm going to hit times. 4 equals, we get 56. And then for this one, we have 7 times 14 plus 8. So we have 7 times 14 equals 98 plus 8. We get, so plus 8, we can probably do this without a calculator, but I'm going to type it in anyway because I'm already doing it. 106. All right, and this last one, 14 plus 4 equals 18. So now we just come over here and we go E. And sorry, I didn't label this. This is G. This is F. And this is E. So E was that last one we did, which is 18. F is the long one going off to the side here, 106. And G was the very first one we figured out, which was 56. So check, and we're good. All right, next I'm going to be a little lazy here and just do a brand new screen instead of erasing. All right, so I have my triangle. And I'll actually put the labels on it here. So it's a G, not a 6. So G, F, H. All right, so this angle is 7x minus 5, 3x minus 2, and x. All right, so again, we're just going to go through. All of them have to add up to 180. So I have 7x minus 5 plus 3x minus 2 plus x equals 180. I'm going to go through and add my like terms. So I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to 11x, and then I have these like terms also. So I have negative 5 plus negative 2. So I have negative 7. They're both negative. I'm going to add and keep the negative sign. This is not when two negatives become a positive. That's only when you're multiplying or dividing. Equals 180. So I'm going to start solving for this x. I'm going to undo the subtraction here by adding. And I get 11x. Negative 7 plus 7 cancels. And I get 187. All right, my last step, this is 11 times x, so I'm going to undo that multiplication. 11 divided by 11 is 1, so x drops down. We're going to grab our calculator here. We're going to 187, and we're going to divide that by 11. All right, so we get 17. All right, now we have to go plug it in. Again, they're not asking us what is x. They're asking us what are the angles. Now, by chance, this one is x, so this one is 17 degrees. H is 17 degrees. So G is going to be 7 times 17, oops, not plus, minus, don't know why I can't seem to write minus here, minus 5 equals. All right, so we have 7 times 17, and we get 119 minus 5. So we're just going to take 5 away, we get 114. All right, this angled F down here is going to be 3 times 17 minus 2. So we get 3 times 17 equals 51 minus 2 equals 49. All right, let's go ahead and check this. We got to close that. So F is 49. Make sure you type them into the right spots here, just so we don't get them wrong for something silly like that. And then H is 17. Okay. Yay. All right, one more. I'm going to do this same thing where I'm just going to get a new sheet because I don't want to save it. All right, so we're going to do this last one here. So we do have a 90-degree angle, and we have two other angles here. So I'm going to go like this. This is our 90, E. So we already know E is 90 degrees. We don't have to do any work for that one. 5x minus 29. And this one is 4x plus 2. Okay, so we're going to add them all together again. X minus 29, so 5x minus 29 plus 4x plus 2 plus 90 equals 180. All right, so let's go through and add our like terms. We have 5x and 4x. That gives us 9x, 29, 2, and 90. So just make sure you're paying attention on this one. So you have 29. What doesn't look like this calculator has a swap button? Can you make that a negative 29? Will it let you? Okay, so to make this one a negative 29 on here, you'd click the negative first. I wanted to open this really quick. If you are using a calculator on your phone, or like this came up on my computer, so this is the same one that should come up on your phone if you have an iPhone. You just turn the phone sideways and then you'll see it like this. So you have 29 and you'd hit the swap button like that. So I just wanted to make sure that that makes sense. So we have 29 plus 2 plus 90, and we get plus 63 equals 180. So we want to start solving for that x. We're going to undo the addition by subtracting. We bring down 9x, 63 minus 63, 0 equals. So now we just want to make sure we do our subtraction here. So we end up with 7 because we borrowed, and we have 1 and 1. We have 117. We're going to undo the multiplication with division. 9 divided by 9 is x, and that equals 117 divided by 9. We get 13. All right, again, they're not asking us what x is. We need to bring this back up and plug it in. So this is going to equal 5 times 13 minus 29. So we have 5 times 13 equals 65 minus 29. So minus 29 is 36. And one more, so we have 4 times 13 plus 2. So 4 times 13 is 52 plus 2 is 54. So now we just make sure we type it into the correct spots here. And I forgot to put, this is C and this is D. All right, so angle C is 36, angle D is 54, and angle E was 90. Just click check, and we're all done with that one. Yay!